Hello and welcome to another update video about Cardano and Bitcoin. In this video we're going to take a look at both charts, and we can see that Cardano is currently reclaiming the 150. Overall it's looking really good for Cardano, and I think in the top 10 currently sticking out here with most profits over the last 7 days compared to all top 10 cryptos. Polkadot just behind it, but yeah, it's outperforming at the moment a lot of other cryptos, and that, to be honest, that is what we expected on this channel, but it should have started much earlier. Unfortunately, the timing that Cardano started its main correction in September was just unlucky, because it started way earlier than other cryptos, and that led the price to be taken further down when Bitcoin started to correct a few weeks later. So anyway, we are now moving up, and to be fair, it's still very early days in this move up, but as I scroll lower, it takes until I find Uniswap here, which had a higher profit in the last 7 days. So yeah, Cardano is doing well. There were in the last few days, and near protocol here on 25, there were in the last few days a lot of other cryptos that did really well, but they in the most recent Bitcoin dip yesterday or today, they all lost all their profits again, or most of them. So Cardano didn't, and Cardano is holding steady. So we're going to take a look and start with Bitcoin first. With Bitcoin here, we're currently continuing to move up. There is not much new stuff to really point out here. You know, we are continuing to move into this yellow target area, the wave B in green here, which is split into a white A, B, C, and we are continuing to follow that way. This does not look impulsive at all, this structure, which makes me again still very confident that this is what we are seeing here, but we cannot speak about a confirmed wave B until we get above this red line, the 52k. We're basically in this range between 45.5 down here and 52k. So we are really moving in this range. You can see that clearly. When we drop below 45.5, then we're going to be faster getting into my target area down here between 20 and 29k. If we continue our way up, then we have to get above 52k. So until then, we are moving in this sort of range here. But what this wave is split into is currently a very clear A, B, C. And to continue, we need to move up here with this wave C. Otherwise, it could become some more complex wave B. And I did say it so many times before, a wave B is very difficult to detect. It looks very choppy, very yeah, not impulsive at all, and this is currently not looking impulsive. We're already starting to roll over here, it seems, a little bit, maybe even come down again once more lower, but at the moment though, we are still following this way. We've made the first lower high here though, compared to the previous high, which is not a problem. This could still be part of an impulse in some way, you know, in this wave C here to the upside that we had potentially. And it's always difficult really to keep track of it, because you really only know when it happened. That's what you do with the Elliott Wave method. You take a look at what happened previously, all the wave counts, come to your conclusions, and then you can try to predict the next moves. What this, and it is very clear in my view on the Bitcoin chart, that larger scale correction that I've shown you so many times here, this larger A, B, and C, which is now expected in the last move down, in the final sell-off really, but because the wave A was very clearly impulsive down, the wave B is looking really like a three-wave structure B to the upside, which wave B is here, basically the high, and now we are in this impulsive move down, which is, but again, this impulsive wave down is split into subwaves, so it makes it, it could become something very complex here, that we are moving down here. But overall, what we could have here is basically, we started down here at the low of 45.5, maybe with a wave 1, had a wave 2, had a wave, this cannot have been the wave 3 and the 4, because we came down too low. Okay, so this must have been then our wave 3, very long wave, 4 down, and what we could see, and then we have a wave 5. So what we might see now, you probably know what's coming now. Had this as a wave A, now expect the wave B to the upside actually, and then a wave C. Now I did tell you that 48.5k level that we came down today, mentioned it in one of the last videos as the most likely support level, just by looking at the VPVR, visible range indicator. So I've got it hidden here, but if I make it visible, you can see that line here, the VPVR, where the volume peaked here in the past. This was working very well. It is our support level. The next one down here, you would expect the 47 and 47K. Yeah. So that's where we could move that wave C to. And to the upside, you can already see it here. The wave B might be at around 51K. So that is what could be happening now. In the end, I guess, normally you wouldn't want to trade these, you know. It is, to trade a correction is not great. You want to trade an impulse, at least I want to, if I do trading. I don't really want to trade a correction. But that is what we could be doing here. ABC, looking at the fibs, what would that take us also here if I take the fibs from the high to the 48.5K level where we landed. So that could take us here with that wave B really very accurately and very closely here to the 0.618 fib level at 50.7K. That could be that wave B before you then move down to the wave C close to the 1.618 extension, which is for a wave C very likely, after which you would then actually continue with your uptrend. So let's see if that's going to play out. Just an estimate, just a guess, but I think a lot of you guys want to actually know what could be happening next. So that is my estimation. But overall, my primary expectation is, if this plays out or not, to be honest, nobody has a crystal ball. If this plays out or not, the main targets remain, of course, the same, going here into this target area between 55 and 63K in the next few weeks, before we then move down into a final sell-off between 20 and 29K. And I can't stress it often enough. I could be wrong. Don't bet everything on it, but be prepared. You know, be prepared. And I'm going to take some profits in here, and then I'm not all of it, you know, but I'm going to take some profits, acknowledging that I could be wrong, and then we just go through here to new all-time highs, and then I'm going to go in again. You know, but this area is for me a risky area, so this is where the decision will take place, in here, you know, in this yellow target area between 55 and 63K. All right, so let's go to Cardano. Cardano just reclaiming the 150. Cardano doing something similar here. Potentially you've had this wave 3 top, the wave 4 down there at 137. Now moving up in a wave 5 that was completed at 160. Now again, similar to what Bitcoin is doing or has done, what we might see now is again this ABC that Bitcoin has done as well, here from 160 down in a wave A, possibly coming up now in a wave B, potentially finish that already, and then a final sell-off in a smaller wave C, before we then continue climbing up to new highs here, making higher highs. So what this could become, if this was already a wave A, B, C, so again, speculation here at this stage, but again with the fibs, going from the wave 5 top down to the wave A, we can see that the retracement of that was exactly the 0.618 fib, 153. We came all the way up to that. Now we're coming down again a little bit. So if I zoom in, you can see that more clearly. Quite funny though how we came actually to the 0.618 fib level here, 153. I think we actually reached 153.6 or something. But yeah, from here we are now moving down again. The thing is, if this is going to play out as an ABC, you would expect the price to go down to around 139, 140. No, actually, you would expect it actually to come down to 133, 134. The 1.618 extension. Now I don't know if this is going to play out, but again with Cardano as well, I would expect further continuation overall into higher levels. So if I zoom out again, you know what my expectation is, that we are together going to move with Bitcoin further into higher price levels while Bitcoin is doing its correction, and it's currently going into the target area between 55 and 50 and 63K. I would expect Cardano to move up higher as well, maybe reach 175, key resistance 181, key resistance, and of course the $2 level coming then as well as a psychological level. So I think we are going to reach at least the 175 in this move up, possibly higher, which would be great. And then in the final sell-off, we would have a buffer between the dollar, you know, and the Cardano price. And we want to hold the dollar. We want to hold the dollar. And this makes me very confident the ADABTC chart because what we're seeing here is really that Cardano has started to outperform Bitcoin, moving through the EMAs here. Now already also moved through the 55-day EMA. So it's starting to get really interesting now. You know, we see green candles here, and even though we are currently making something like a small correction here on the ADA chart, I just showed you, the ADABTC is looking really promising. We're continuing to go up here. Yeah, we are in the bullish range on the RSI daily. The MACD is playing out here with increased momentum. So this is really starting to look really interesting. But we are currently at a key resistance here. The resistance that I told you last time, I think, at here, the previous high. Yeah, so we're really struggling to get through here at the moment. But if we continue, we've got 2 more daily EMAs here. And this is the 89 and the 144-day EMA that we need to get through here. But yeah, it's, you know, I think it's just important to visualize this possible trend reversal, which is just happening here at the moment. And as I said so many times before, this is why we love Cardano, because if it turns around, it can go very quick. You know, all the times, every time before here, when Cardano started to outperform Bitcoin, it went very, very fast here, here now as well, you know, and here as well. So it's still early, very early, but then again, you know, the longer you wait, the less will be the profits. I think it's not too late to get into Cardano now. It's still way, way lower than I think it should be, but obviously it's gone up quite a bit already. I think in the next year we will see the $4 for $4.50, $5. That should have been here this year, but everybody expected a Bitcoin cycle top this year. Now this has all been delayed now. I think this is going to move into next year. I don't think we're going to see a long bear market before that new cycle top of Bitcoin. I think we're going to see the 100K, 150K, but possibly not within the next few months. I think this might take into Q2, maybe even Q3 next year to see these new all-time highs. But yeah, I think as we speak, Cardano moving up to 151 already again. So let's see how this is all playing out. But generally, I would expect further price increases before Bitcoin's final sell-off, after which we are then going to see new all-time highs for Cardano as well, and for Bitcoin. So if I say Bitcoin, Cardano is going up, I think we are going to reach a level like 175, $2 maybe, until Bitcoin reaches its target up here, the yellow box, before we then turn around here. And then Cardano, I think, will follow, unfortunately, as well. But I would then pay close attention to the ADABTC, because if Cardano loses against the dollar value, you know, maybe we are going to go down all the way to $1, ADABTC might continue to go up. Yeah, and this is what we want to pay attention into when the price is dropping. All right, so hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. And if you really like the content, please yeah, consider maybe to join as a channel member. Now 260 channel members. You can join on my website. You can find a link in the description, or via YouTube, and also there is a link in the description. Thank you. Bye bye.